Hi besties. So if you've told me a few years ago that I'd move from someone studying human mind and behaviors to analyzing data, I'd laugh out loud. But here I am today, a data analyst. So in this video, I'll be sharing my journey of transitioning from psychology to data analytics. I'll be sharing the challenges I faced and tips for anyone who is looking at career transition. I'll be telling you everything I did and what you need to do to have a successful career transition from any career path to any tech career or data analytics. Stay tuned to the end of this video. So, I'm a psychology graduate. So, 2 years ago, I decided to venture into tech. And it wasn't a decision I just came up with. This decision happened as a result of a get-together I had with two of my girls. So in the get-together, we are all discussing about career. So one talked about how she's currently into project management as an accountant. So I was like, wow, how did you do that? She was like, tech is the new deal, tech is the future. Like she was talking about tech. I was like, oh, a psychology graduate. At the moment, what I had in my mind was just, how do I understand this human behavior? How am I able to counsel people with maybe special needs and the rest, or people going through depression and stress management and rest? That was the whole thing ringing in my mind. But the second person actually talked about how she's now a digital marketer. I was like, what's going on? So I go home that day. I started thinking about this whole tech transitioning. I just thought about it for some minutes. I actually went back to my social media. So when I opened Instagram that day, the first post that came up my news feed was a childhood friend who actually talked about how she was accepted into software engineering. And I knew her to be someone who studied agric. I was like, what's going on? So she was talking about how tech is the new deal, how tech is the future. So after this, she put some hashtags. I went back to make some more researches and I applied. I applied for software engineering. So I got accepted. So when I got accepted, I never knew what software engineering is all about. I started a course, and the course is a 12-month course, and after the first month there will be a screening which people who didn't perform very well will actually be screened out. So after the first month I did excellently well, so I was among the people who was selected. I'll continue in the course. After that first month I started having difficulties because I didn't really have much mathematics or further math experience. No, you know, psychology is art and a little bit of laboratory experiments. So the whole software engineering stuff was a bit new to me, but I was able to manage my first month. So second month, third month, fourth month, fifth, it gets tougher. Like it was becoming more difficult for me. So I had to meet some people who is ahead of me in career. I discussed with some of them. So some encouraged me to continue, while some actually told me the bitter truth that it will be very difficult for me to be successful as a software engineer, not having any background. And the course I was doing at the moment is so intense, it's not self-paced, that I will have about, in fact, 7 projects in a week. More like every day you have a new project. So by the time I'll be reading the course material, trying to understand what this course is all about, deadline for the project has just passed. It was not easy. It was not easy. I was actually losing my mind at the moment. So the 6th month approached, I started having thought of, are you sure I can make this? I'm just halfway gone. It's not better I just go back to my psychology. In fact, I was even discussing with someone who I told, in fact, I'm going back to my psychology. This is something I already know. But the person is like, what about the reason why you started? I said, that's true. There are so many reasons I started because tech is so fascinating to me that I wanted it. So why go back? Another person said there is no need of tech. Go back to your course. You can't make it in tech. After 6 months, the seventh month, my scores started dropping because we have this chart where you see your scores for the month. It started dropping. I was losing my mind. I was frustrated because I'm not able to follow up. I needed time to be able to take that course one step at a time, to be able to understand it, because this is a whole new career path. Like, everything was new to me. The seventh month, I started considering dropping out of tech. In fact, the 8th month, I dropped out of software engineering. 4 months to go. It was left with 1 month before I get into the specialization, where you would choose if you want to become a front end or back end. I dropped off. After dropping off, I took out 1 to 2 months to take time off studying anything, to regain myself back, because I lost my mind. I'm sorry to use this word. That course was so intense and I was trying to meet up. So after that 2 weeks, I said, tech. In fact, this is not for me. Tech is not for me. So that week, when I just said this, I went back to advancing myself in counseling, in psychology, and I was enjoying it. I was like, in fact, this is what I wanted to do. So after 1 week, that same week, I said, but Chima, why did you even start this talk in the first place? I remember the reason why I started it. I went back to tech, but not software engineering this time. I went to research more on courses that I can do, some other career field in tech that are more flexible, and that was how I bumped into data science, data analytics. Those were the two I was actually contemplating where to focus on at the moment. So I registered for a course in data science. It's actually a 7 months course, no, 6 months course. But after 2 months, people will be screened out. While the people that made it will continue till the end of the course and get a nano degree. After the 2 months, I did excellently well, and let me tell you the truth, I didn't have much difficulties. The course is not self-paced, but it's not that intense compared to my software engineering. And I was understanding every bit of it, though I started with SQL, not Excel. I started with SQL, I did some part of Python, but the Python I met in data science is a bit different from the kind of Python I used in software engineering program. So I was enjoying the course, let me not lie, I was enjoying it. It's not the one that every day I'll be thinking about, are you sure I want to do this? I was enjoying it, and I successfully graduated and I got my nano degree as for the course. The course is actually programming with introduction to data, programming with Python. Yes, it's an introduction to data science course and programming with Python, but I did a bit of SQL in it. So I enjoyed it, and I did Power BI, but not in depth. So I enjoyed this course. When I came out, I said, wow, I enjoyed this course. I now started researching further. That was when I actually found data analytics. Data analytics is still like a branch of data science. So the course I had in data science was actually a very important part. In fact, it's an important step for me becoming a data analyst today. So after that, I did another course. It's actually a 3 months course on data analytics. That was when I found out that data analytics is the balanced field I want to be in. And the knowledge of my data science course is actually a very big step for me. That helps me a lot. So after that course, I did another course in artificial intelligence, because when artificial intelligence is actually a big talk, that was early this year, I decided to that gaining knowledge in artificial intelligence will actually aid me in becoming a successful data analyst. I took a course in artificial intelligence. It was just a 6 weeks course. It's actually a 6 weeks course, and I enjoyed every bit of that course because I actually learned how I can actually use AI to make my job as a data analyst simpler. After those, I enrolled in a professional course as a data analyst. And let me tell you something today, I never regretted any part of that journey. Both the days of my software engineering program, I never regretted any of it, because I will tell you something, even in as much as the Python in software engineering is different from the Python in data science, it gave me the foundation of knowing what Python is all about. And those knowledge I gained there is never a waste, because in my journey as a data analyst, 1 or 2 times I've actually seen where that knowledge I gained came into play. In fact, let me tell you something fascinating. I designed my portfolio using CSS, HTML. I never had this knowledge in data science or data analysis, but I did a little of CSS in my software engineering days. So that's why when I was designing my portfolio, it was so easy. When I came across that particular site to use it, when it was CSS, some of my data analyst folks were like, no, 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 I'll find this difficult. But I said no. I knew a bit of CSS, so I actually used that particular site while others use other sites. So it's not a must that you have a knowledge of CSS for you to be able to design your portfolio. No, there are so many other sites you can use, but I'm actually telling you why I was able to use that particular site is because I have a little knowledge of it from my software engineering days. So this is my journey of transitioning from psychology to data analytics. And guess what? Every challenges of the way, I enjoyed it because it shaped me into the better person I am. And there is something I learned in my software engineering days: growth mindset. That was where I was able to grow that particular mindset. Yes. In fact, I knew I had growth mindset, but my fixed mindset disappeared entirely. Those days, in fact, it taught me perseverance. It taught me how to hold on. It taught me how to keep going even when everywhere seems tough. Those days of software engineering built me to become a successful data analyst today. So here is my little journey and my challenges. So I believe that this my journey will motivate anybody who is seeking a career transition. And thank you so much for joining me today. Until I see you next time, if you like this video, please like, share your comments of your career transition journey too, if you've actually transitioned. And please do not forget to hit the subscribe button for more contents from me. Bye.